beat is
And I told her today, I said the world is yours. And I'm like, this ain't talking like this. So whoever you think is the best, they not making the world is yours. They're not making if I rule the world. They're not making juice. They're not making water. They're not making sky's the limit. They're not doing it. They're not making Can I hustle? They're not making the evil. They're not making what? They're not making it. I'm a rapper. I'm not making it.
These biting my style, I hope they got dental plans. So get it straight from the source and cut out the middleman. Get that pure dough. What you get that pure dough. Go get it straight from the source and cut out the middleman. Then you get that pure dough.
Listen, man, we are back with another episode of Verse for Verse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this is it was a surprise for my co-host over here. You know,
Shock.
I didn't tell him what we were doing until just now, and you know, things might get a little spicy. You know what I mean? We'll see.
Spice,
you know what I mean?
spice, baby.
It was a song that my bro Sel heard, and he said, "Yo, listen to this song." Yeah. And I say, oh yeah, this is something we should talk about. You know, I think this guy's talking about something that maybe you can relate to, maybe you can't. But he's saying some things that are meaningful, and I want to get into those meaningful words that he's talking about.
Break this down.
We are doing If Loving You Is Wrong, Then I Don't Want to Be Right. By Luther Ingram.
Yeah, it's one of those ones.
Luther.
A oldie but a goodie.
Luther.
This song released in 1972, by the way.
Word.
So he starts off, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If being right means being without you, I'd rather live a wrongdoing life.
Damn.
He's out here, man.
Your mama and daddy say it's a shame. It's a downright disgrace.
Jesus.
Never use the word daddy, you know. It's serious.
As long as I got you by my side, I don't care what people say. So I want to stop here just to you know, I want to know, like, is loving somebody wrong, guys? Let's start there.
That's a good place to start.
Well, just off of what you just said, everything he says so far seems very copacetic. It seems like a forbidden love. You get what I'm saying? He said it was going to be a downright disgrace. But you know, when people say downright, that amplifies everything. So
Downright.
a downright
It could have just been a disgrace, but
it's a downright. So I really want to get into why this love is so forbidden. I
He's
think
gonna
that's
take
very
it there. He's
important.
gonna take it there, but I definitely want to know.
But I think your question is valid, though.
Right.
You know it's going somewhere south because he said your mama and daddy
Yeah.
said it's a shame.
No, this sounds like...
He said, as long as I got you by my, I don't care what your people say.
people.
He don't care about her
It's-
mama, her daddy, or her people.
It's them against the world.
Facts.
It's them against the world.
This reminds me of like when my daughter wants to tell me a story, especially when she does something wrong. She starts with all this mumbo jumbo in the beginning. That's what it kind of sounds
feel
like.
like
she's doing.
You feel like our man Luther is beating around the bush?
Yes, clearly at this point, especially when Seth, how he just Biggie just broke it down.
I mean,
like,
I stopped
yeah.
there for a reason because he's getting into it.
Okay.
He says, your friends tell you it's no future in loving a married man.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me take off my jacket for
Loving a
this.
married man.
What else, sir?
He said, if I can't see you when I want, I see you when I can.
He said that.
Why? Why did he say that?
He said, 'cause loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right.
Take us home, my brother.
Take
If
it to church.
loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Take a
So
sip.
I started off asking y'all,
Jeez.
is loving somebody wrong? I think we all agree it's not wrong. I think that's what we all
Loving somebody
agree.
is not wrong, but you could do some wrong things.
Of course, we can
Because you
in
love
the
someone,
midst
you say,
of
yeah.
your
right.
loving.
We can get into that. You know what I mean? So he says to this woman that her friends tell her it's no future in loving a married man. Would you guys agree?
I would agree.
It's no future in loving a married man.
What's love?
Good question.
What's love?
Actually, and what type of future?
I was
That's what I'm
going to
saying.
say that. It depends
That's what I'm
on
saying.
what
You
type
jumped
of
the
future.
gun. You just saying
Yeah.
no.
I'm talking about stepping over.
Well,
What kind of future? What kind of future? Yeah, what kind of future is that person looking for? Depends.
Okay, I see what you guys are doing here. He also then says if he can't see her when he wants to, he's gonna see her when
he's
he can.
wild reckless though.
Yeah,
because he's the person with the
he
married.
Loves her. Is he reckless?
That's
listen,
what I
he
was
loves
getting
her.
at.
Let's
He's
talk
doing
about
too
it.
much.
He loves her.
Because
doing way too
usually
much.
in those
Let's get that off.
situations, the married person is the one that sets the boundaries because they can't, they don't call me this time.
He is setting the boundaries.
I don't know.
No, he said if I
happens in
can't
those
see you when I
situations.
want, I see you whenever you
That's
tell
the
me I can see you.
boundaries for him.
There's no boundaries.
He
The boundaries
understands
there
that
are
he
no
can't.
boundaries.
He understands he can't see her when he wants.
So it's when he can.
Yeah, he said,
I don't
I don't know anything about
He said, I don't
this,
give a
so.
damn about
He understands
this.
that.
You don't have
I don't
to.
either.
I'm trying to understand because he said usually. I'm like maybe I don't know.
You're just so. You can't even put yourself
Yeah,
in the
I'm
mindset. Wow.
trying to understand.
Shout out to
So
the pure
he
hearted.
goes
Oh,
on.
I don't know what
He goes on to
I hear
say-
these things though
Am I wrong?
on the streets.
Am I
Outta here.
wrong to fall
Niggas
so
are wildin'.
deeply in love with you, knowing I got a wife and 2 little children depending on me too?
Oh my God.
That's why I'm saying he's bugging.
He got people
So,
to pay
all
him.
right, no, let's be clear.
Let's
be
not kick the
clear.
man's back in now.
One second, Seth. Let's be clear. So he's wrong for falling deeply in love with somebody, even though he has a wife and kids.
That's a question, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about that.
No, I want to know from you. Yeah, like I'll ask the question again. He's wrong for falling deeply in love with somebody,
Is he wrong for that?
Well,
knowing he has a wife
I
and
ain't
2
scared.
kids.
I would say no. I mean, the heart wants what the heart wants, right? Love is love. There's different types of love.
yes.
I don't think he's wrong.
And you, Seth?
He's wilding. Your man is bugging. He has a whole family already set up, and he put himself somehow in a situation where he felt it like
And he made
You
me
think he
sound
put
so
himself in
bad
this
just now.
situation?
got to block. You
Yeah.
gotta
What's
do
love
something.
though? Like you
This
said,
is
love
what
got
are we
to do
talk-
with
what
it?
are we-
Right.
What are we talking
What's
about?
love
this is
got
the-
to do with it?
I mean, we're talking about
Love is secondhand emotion.
So look, this is the thing, right? First of all, what is love, right? What is love, right? Second of
Baby,
all,
don't hurt me.
like, can we control who we fall in love with?
Can we?
And this is what I'm saying. Once he's fallen in love, what is he to do in that situation? Should he deny his heart?
Should he? Should he?
I want you guys to answer me the question. And
Well,
should
I
he
can answer
deny
that
his heart?
question.
Should he?
Should we deny? Let's
is
let's
love
no,
we're talking
let's
about.
you.
I
Should
think-
we
should you?
deny?
I believe God wants us all to love people.
Should we
right?
deny our
I
heart?
love
each
people. I
other.
love you guys.
So if you fall in love, you think God wants you to just push that to the side because you fell in love?
Should you push your children?
I think so.
I don't think he's pushing his children.
So
Well,
then,
I don't hear him saying
So
he's
wait.
pushing his children.
So
Go
you
ahead.
asked. He says, should he push it to the side? I'm saying yes, with the caveat that in this world we live in, I'm not trying to have, I said this before, have another dude in the future playing football with my son. And if that's a possibility, I have to.
But here we go
make a
though.
different decision.
But here we go though.
Here we go.
Is it not possible to love 2 people?
It is, but this is
But the stakes are high.
But in the situation that men are living in today's society, what we get into is that he can love
He can do whatever
whoever
he wanna do.
but he's already saying that mom and daddy know, all her people know, everybody know he's not being discreet. So
Now that's
his
the
children
kind.
now his children
That sounds like a strong, defiant, a
So,
boastful
all
kind
right,
of
so
love.
look, I want to play this. Hold on, y'all. I want to
He
play
needs
this
that.
clip. I want to play this clip.
you know, with divorce, with
know what I'm
adultery,
saying?
you know what's gonna happen to that dude? You know what's gonna happen to him?
But you say by today's society, is that what society wants? Is that the natural law of things?
Good question.
And
It
you
depends
know,
on what you have to lose. 'cause
I
it
hear
doesn't matter what
I hear
the
you
natural
stuff
law
saying
is.
nowadays. Like, is it just about nowadays?
What do you
Like,
have to lose? Is what it's about.
I want y'all to watch this clip
He
and
has
tell me
love
what
to
y'all
lose.
think of this clip.
got
You know what I mean?
clips.
He might lose the love of a
regarding
lifetime.
Yeah.
infidelity. And let me just make this here.
Oh, that's my joint.
You say in your book, there
Got the
is
good
no
Anita.
history of the black man settling down with one woman
Right.
and never desiring to have another, before
Right.
slavery, during slavery, or after slavery.
That's
The black
just the
man
truth.
has never been recorded to have just one woman.
Right. Well, I think there's some actual facts we can look at on that. Monogamy has failed for the white man in America.
But this is like saying it's okay.
It's not me saying it's okay. This is how they're living. I'm giving you the history of what their life is. Black men haven't been waiting on me to tell them it's all right to have more than one woman. Neither have white men. You know, this is just what they do. I'm not talking about fornication and adultery. I'm not talking about one-night stands and running around rampant with other women. That's not the kinds of when I say more than one woman relationship. I mean, so then we started to have problems with that. But I think that since it is apparent that most of them, not all of them, it's certainly up to the man, do love more than one woman. I got tons of mail. A lot of black men write and tell me that they have had 2 women for 5, 10, 15, and 20 years, and they can't even get the women to speak to each other. Sometimes they have 2 families.
Would I want to talk to a woman who's sharing perhaps the bed and the money and the social life with who I would deem as my man?
If you want to deal in reality, and if you are not insecure, and if you don't think that that robs you of something, you would want to know them. If he loves her, you certainly should want to know her.
There are a lot of black women out there who say,
"Oh, I know they're mad about that idea. I understand, you know."
That would never hold water.
Wait a minute, that's not easy. And that's a frightening thought to most of us. And I don't like that. I'm not for that. I'm in agreement with everybody else. Our men ought to just have one woman. But that is not the reality. I'm trying to get us to deal with some reality for a change. Stop dealing with fantasy. Stop dealing with television. Stop dealing with imagination of how we wish things were. Let's deal with them how they are, what it is, present tense. And
but
if we
because
deal with
that's
that,
happening doesn't mean I have to like that or
no,
want
that
to
means
accept
that you can live in hell. That means you can live in doubt. That means that you can always be checking on your man. That means that you can be insecure and be tearful. And that means you can be disappointed when you find out the real truth. You don't want to have that in your life. None of us do. But in order not to have that, then we have to deal with some reality and recognize that men are not limited in the way that women are. Men are able to love more than one woman. I'm not talking about, as I said, just a random sexual relationship of fornication and adultery and all of that. And we withhold sex. That's a real tool we use. We do that.
But if you would cheat on me or walk out
well,
on me,
see, that's what I'm saying. We have to get into definition. Who told us that was cheating? Where did that idea come from that that's cheating? And I'm not saying that a lot of men are not just running around. I'm not talking about that. But if a woman finds out that her man has been with a woman while she's been with him for 3 or 4 or 5 years, that's a serious commitment and relationship. And if it hasn't taken anything from me, if I'm not going short of anything, and if this is what he thinks his responsibility is, then what kind of hell are you going to go through to prevent that? Since we cannot stop him, we have not been successful. The white woman has not been successful in stopping the white man from having another woman. They call them a mistress. We pick up a lot of that terminology. But a man who has 2 women, that's not necessarily a mistress. That's just his other woman. Now we got 2 choices. We can be the woman or the other woman. We don't have but those 2. Now I know we don't like that. I don't like that.
Damn, son, where'd you find this one?
You feel me?
I think. Where'd you find this?
I think she kind of, said a lot there. And at the end of the day, what I hear is when this man is saying these words in this song, this is not just some woman he's fornicating with. This is a woman he really loves.
This isn't fornication.
And he's gonna and no matter what, if he loves her like this, he's going to continue to see her.
Hope his assets are protected.
Listen,
that's all I'm saying.
Listen, the song isn't called If Blowing Your Back Out Secretly Is Wrong.
That's a fact.
It's called If Loving You Is Wrong.
And it's not secret.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a secret. He don't
Mom
care
and
what
daddy,
nobody say.
He says it's a
and the
downright
whole
disgrace.
town knows it's going down, Charlie Brown. You feel me?
We also are just assuming he's of a normal thinking mind.
What is?
Because he could be out of his goddamn mind.
But why is he out of his mind? Like let's just go with the word.
I'm
like
telling
it might
you, some chick could just put it on him a certain way he ain't used to. He ain't really, you know what I mean?
Gave him the
He don't
sunshine.
get no chicks.
Gave him the sunshine.
He don't get
all
no
night.
chicks, so he's in love with the box. He don't even may not really love her.
But
I'm not saying that's the case.
You're
I'm just
saying he
saying-
may not do these things. He's clearly telling
So
you.
you're saying let's speak from the point that
he's in love with her.
True.
It's a connection.
Right.
They met, they sparked the vibe, and it led to more stuff. And maybe they didn't. They clearly boned, but
Maybe they didn't.
You know what I'm saying? They're in love though. He loves her. He doesn't want to lose her.
Right.
He's willing
And
So
it sounds
what are we
mutual. It sounds
wrongdoing
mutual
life.
as well.
So what are we talking about here? Is it wrong or right? Is that what we're talking about?
We're not. We're not
just talking
We're
about-
just having a general conversation
what do you
about.
think?
I mean, listen, I didn't finish these lyrics here.
Let's get through it.
He says, am I wrong to hunger for the gentleness of your touch?
When I got some,
Knowing I got somebody else at home who needs me just as much. And are you wrong to fall in love with a married man?
She loves him too.
And am I wrong
But she ain't
trying to
got no-
hold on to the
She
best
good.
thing I ever had?
So he already
That bar
he
right
put her
there.
above his
Damn.
wife. She's above his wife right there.
Damn.
Best thing I
Ever
ever had.
had. See, that's what I'm saying. He's a little bit out of his mind.
But how is he out of his mind?
I'm gonna tell you why. I think he's a little bit out of his mind.
Tell us.
Because if that's true, then this shouldn't be so complicated. Then he
What are you
should
saying?
To leave
He
his
should
wife
just
and
leave.
go with her.
If it's the best thing you ever had,
No, but he made a commitment already to his
Right.
wife, who he still loves. He's not saying I don't love my wife
He's not
anymore.
saying fuck my
so
wife.
he just understands this is the best thing
So
he's
listen,
ever
so
had.
it's
What
one-
thing is the best thing? The best box?
whatever it is,
We don't know.
My
He
thing is
loves
this.
her.
So you should
My
just
thing-
leave your wife?
My thing is this. No,
He's not leaving.
that's
He
what-
doesn't want to
that's
leave his
what
wife.
James
I'm
Rich
asking.
thinks.
That's right.
No.
That's
James
exactly what
Rich.
Rich says.
Let
Leave
me
that-
just hold
leave
on. Let
his
me
wife.
just clarify this. James Rich is saying that when you find elite box,
I
you
agree.
should
Leave your wife.
But let me continue to finish what I'm saying was there's two options here. This guy is all
There's two options. That's
Okay.
it.
Two options.
Let's hear
and
them.
I'm going to first start by saying this man has to get in control of his emotions.
Okay.
That's the first thing he has to do. 'cause
Nigga can't go running around
he's all
singing
over the
about
place. Yeah.
these bitches either.
He's all over the place. He's all over the place. Make a decision, bro. What I'm saying, the two decisions is, we said the first one, leave your
her
wife.
and go marry
Okay.
this
Because
woman
this
who's
is the
best
greatest,
thing you
the
ever
best
had.
thing you ever experienced. You don't want to lose it. Boom. Or you gotta make it come together. You gotta let your wife know this is what I'm doing.
I like that.
Because
that.
this is the best
like
thing.
that.
You probably won't want to say that.
That
Because
doesn't even work for him.
That's not gonna hit, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So
He's
bring
not even
them all under
he's
the
not
same
approaching
roof.
it like he even
One big happy
thinks that
family.
that's
Hold on,
a
so-
Possible
possibility.
for him.
so
in this
I'm about to
situation.
say, because in this this song, he speaks on loving her and her loving him, and is it
Yeah.
wrong? He just wants people to know. It's like help me out, y'all.
And I'm helping
Is it
him.
wrong?
I'm telling him it's not wrong.
So the thing is, it's like you right.
He want validation.
He needs to figure out how to bring it together, but I understand he might be a little frightened because he doesn't want to
As he should
lose
be.
his wife and his children. He doesn't want. He
Losing
wants them
those.
both. Realistically, he didn't say that.
What does
but
he
reading
want
between
more?
the lines,
What does he want more?
I
he
think
should have
he-
just said it.
I think he
Reading-
wants it all.
that's what I'm about to
You're
say.
right.
I
Reading
think he
between
wants
the
it all.
lines, he wants it
So
all.
is
But
he wrong
perfection
for?
is
Is he
not-
wrong for wanting it all?
I say yes.
Wasn't there ain't there a part in the song where it say you and my wife need to get together?
He never said
How does
That
that part go? How would that part go, Sam?
And love me both the same.
Ah. The reason I said yes, though, he's going for one and all, and I'm not even
Man,
saying
it's
I'm
wildin'.
correct, because I still fight with
nigga's
this, not his
wildin'.
situation, but fight with the
You
idea.
don't fight with his situation.
No, I don't
but a
fight with
similar
that.
Not at all.
situation.
He's
Nothing
wildin'.
similar
Yeah.
to
Oh,
that.
all right.
But with the idea, this could never.
Disgusting.
It's ridiculous. But what I'm saying is the idea of wanting everything,
Have it
right?
naturally.
This guy talking hogwash.
I was about to say
But-
that's the next one.
Wanting everything, you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't believe. I feel like the world is constantly a test for you to find what's best for you, and I think wanting everything. If you have everything, you have nothing.
What if?
In my opinion,
That's crazy.
I do.
What if that is? You said if it's what's best for him. What if that's what's best for him?
I'm saying I don't agree that having everything is good for anybody. That's me.
I wouldn't say that's
agree
everything.
right.
That's
I'm
not
saying-
everything.
I'm answering. You said you asked that. That's
Yeah.
why. I
Yeah,
said
Well,
it
I mean
that way.
everything within
In
the
this situation,
context
this
of
situation.
this
Yeah.
situation.
Having all the
Just
love
having
from
these two women, because it might
having
come,
his two women
it
and
might-
his family
When is this,
together.
that's what I'm saying.
Hold on,
When's it
hold
stop?
on.
Where's the third woman?
This might not be the good box.
'Cause we all
It
know.
might be a third woman with the good neck or the good box, and he doesn't love her the same. He really just likes the neck or the box.
You're right, but he
That's
also,
having everything.
This
Now he
episode's
just wants
getting
everything.
crazy.
Now he
Well,
just wants everything.
All I'm saying is where does it stop?
That's the problem.
This is the question. I'm sorry. I'm
It
asking.
I agree with
Hold
that.
on,
I'm
No,
asking.
it does
I'm
not.
asking
It
this. I'm
doesn't
asking this.
stop, bro.
Now we talking about this song
What is
and all
he
that.
loving?
But my question to you is:
What
do
is he
you think
loving?
there is a huge difference in? I'll say this in women. Meaning, like, good. Is there a huge difference between good women? If you line up 5 great in your mind, 5 great women in front of you right now, Is that gonna be a huge difference in them to you?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So tell me how.
I believe that the difference is in your interaction with them.
Okay.
Right? Because
I said think about who you already think is great. Because that means just a certain type of woman.
But this is what I'm saying. So when you say great, right? That in and of itself is super subjective. What you believe might be great, I don't believe is great.
I'm only talking about what you believe.
So even if I do believe that, let's say I know 5 great women, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I love all of them or that I want to be with all of them, right?
So why do you think they're great?
Hold on, I'm gonna get to it. Let me cook.
I got you.
Let him land his plane, bro.
Let him cook it up.
So look, let's say I'm a shallow person, but I know she's a great woman, but she's hideous, right? That might prevent me from actually falling in love if I'm a shallow person. Let's say she's a great woman, but she's broke and I don't want to financially support her. Mm-hmm. That might turn me off a little bit, right?
But
now let's say, huh?
No.
But now so this is what I'm saying. So let's say that this woman checks all my boxes, whatever it may be, whatever your boxes are. I do believe that there are multiple people that could check certain boxes. While one person might not check all the boxes, they're still great, right? And this person might fill in some of those boxes that you yearn for, so they're great also.
I agree.
So now you stick them together like a puzzle piece.
Yep.
All
Now
I
you
was
got
asking,
the greatest.
but I think what you was gonna say was what I'm asking is I'm talking about women who check the same boxes. That's what I'm saying.
It's a rarity, bro.
Like whatever. Nah, but he's saying so. Even
if
if
you
it's
believe that,
hypothetical.
that's
Nah,
fair.
but in the
So I wanna ask all you guys
in the
that question.
hypothetical, I think you saying what if there's 5 great women? So if for you a great woman has to have this.
That's
He's
what I'm
saying
saying.
all 5 of the women
have that. That's what I'm
Unless
saying.
you believe that.
'Cause I wouldn't say
there's
this
But that's what I'm
woman.
saying. I don't think all 5 women have that. Like that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm asking.
Like yeah, like
Do
I
you
get
think
what you're
you
saying.
can find 4 women that check the boxes you're looking for? That's what I'm saying. And let's say they don't check every box, but they all check the same.
Well, I'll tell you here. I found her and I married her.
That sounds amazing.
That sounded cool.
Now, no, that's good. I'm glad.
cool.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Sounded cool.
I ain't even mad at that.
I love it. I
ain't
love
mad.
it.
But do you think
Back to
that
the
can
question.
ever be? Is there any other woman that check the boxes she checks?
No.
Nah, that's a great answer.
Heard the wobble in the voice.
Oh look, I think this is the end of the verse.
No.
Try to sneak attack me in the show. Sneak attack me with the song.
This is verse for verse. Listen, man. And this was just
shit.
Luther Ingram.
Luther
If loving
Ingram.
you is wrong,
We want to be right.
I don't want to be right. Shout out to Seth for the vocals.
Yes, sir.
Everybody shout your stuff
Shout out to
It's
Shahrazad
me,
Ali, man.
Handsome High. Yes, shout out to her.
Follow,
Shahrazad Ali,
share,
shout out to her.
subscribe, follow,
Luther's
share,
wrong, man.
subscribe, follow.
Luther.
And this ain't Luther. This is Luther.
Well,
This
guess
is
what?
Luther.
Well, guess what? Luther told you. If he wrong, he don't want to
He
be
don't
right.
care.
So
He don't care about how you
And
feel.
that's what I say. He's out of
He
his
said
mind.
they said it's a downright disgrace.
He don't give a-
And he don't care. He
don't
said
give a damn.
I don't care what your people say.
Out the middleman, can you get that pure dough?